Queen is out apparently.
I saw that. I didn't realize you guys couldn't hear me either. Where did I lose you guys in the retelling?
You just
The
like
dream.
summing up the dream.
Yeah. All right. So then it took you guys a little while to get back to Orin. Thankfully, it was a rather it's a decent journey. Nothing too strenuous. Nothing attacked you, and you didn't end up at that one that one stop off where the people hate you guys. So you got chased out of town. Um, you walked to the streets, separated from Rack and her two students, and headed back towards Ivan's. You witnessed a weird-looking dragonborn seemingly getting hassled by guards, but didn't stop to investigate that. You just kind of like noted it in passing. Flex kept you moving along because because with the wings, probably he looked too much like a dragon. Most dragonborn, also known as Drac, don't have wings. They don't. They look more like bigger versions of dragonlings. Um, but that's where we left off. You guys had just announced yourself at the gate, and we're heading into the manor.
We were just about to be escorted into the room with Ivan.
Yes. More importantly, you're being escorted into a central room with her.
Dun, dun, dun.
And since the Queen said just to go on without her, unfortunately, even she doesn't even want to, or doesn't feel good about just hanging out and listening in. By the time that, for some reason, Blank is just like walking along on his own. You guys look around and realize that, well, Flex wandered off at some point. You don't know exactly when. He's just
Probably go check on his cow.
That's a good. That's a good. Probably. Like his cow is somewhere, and even though he didn't carry along his best friend with him, uh, Flex. This happens sometimes. It's like if it's not.
Best friend is safe with all the rest of us.
Yes. If it's not Selmy getting high on her own supply, and not seeing what's going on in front of her, it's Flex wandering off, or Cotton with his nose in a book.
Blank getting distracted by something shiny.
Yeah, or that one time that the bucket mimic got on his head
Yes.
and tried to eat him.
I left him with a bald spot.
Yes.
He's still salty about that.
Yes, well, you're now on the lookout for bucket mimics. But anyway. Ah, crap, I just realized I forgot to put the carpet. I was going to find a carpet picture and put that down in here, and I realized now that I forgot to put the picture. I forgot to put the carpet on the floor, but it's a carpeted floor. It's like a really nice carpet over a nice wood floor. As you're being escorted into the central room. I think you guys were in here before when you first met with Ivan, if memory serves.
We just didn't have art.
Yeah. There was a nice fireplace. There's a nice chair that seems to have been perfectly sized for her smaller stature. There's a little side table with a cup filled with something red on it. And she gets down off the chair as you guys are escorted in. Several of her servants are scattered about the room, basically looking as if they are not going to intrude on your conversation, but, they're probably ready to do anything she says. Kind of like looks at the group of you and nods as the elderly servant kind of leaves you to it. I see it.
You walk in a manner that imitates, in a mocking fashion, the elderly servant.
I see that.
Wondering if the guy in the upper right is named Moses.
I see that you have have returned at last. Any news about the ring I asked you for?
I'm gonna plop myself on the couch and stick my nose in my book.
Well, you got 2 couches to choose from.
Okay.
And here you're being stared down by what looks like a young girl, like not even quite a teenager.
I know barely anything about this ring.
We have it, but you know this ring's evil, right?
That really depends on who's wielding it.
You don't intend to free the Demon Queen, do you?
She kind of stares. She kind of.
Paying very close attention to that answer, by the way.
Okay, so you
She
can.
was begging me.
So if you're paying close attention, you can roll an insight. Ivan is just staring at you as you say that. She just kind of lifts one brow, her eyes not even seemingly to blink. Demon Queen?
With a 21.
Oh yeah, she's trapped in there, and she was putting on the hard stuff.
And Blake, even though it might be hard for you. Well, actually, no. Selmy sees it too. That the concept that this has some relationship to a demon queen is seemingly a surprise to this vampire woman. Bubbles and Tonka probably aren't paying attention enough to know this.
You didn't know? You didn't know, like, that the Bard story about the Demon Queen and the other guy whose name who escapes me right now, the Bard.
Teratome? Oh, no, not Teratome.
No, that was the guy in the circle in the place, which we gotta just, like, somebody's gotta go back and destroy that guy. But anyway, like a piece of the demon, like the Demon Queen is in here in all of the rings that are a part of this set, and she wants out something awful.
I am not familiar with this story, or about this queen that you speak of.
I'm gonna tell her the whole story, like the story as I know it.
All right, give me a performance check to really sell it, because you're a bard. Let's go. With the performance. Seems like a good choice on this, rather than persuasion. I mean, it is a bardic story.
Can I go with persuasion? Because I got 9 in there.
I guess you can. I just figured as a bard you might have a high.
shit.
Then again, persuasion shows.
Yeah, no, I got much higher persuasion because I got training in persuasion. I picked it as a thing.
So this demon contacted you in your dreams, and
Yes.
the rings have pieces of her, and yet I have not had any dreams with a contact from the Demon Queen. It would seem that it does not affect me as it would you. I would imagine that you should not be holding on to that if the Demon Queen can talk to you through it.
Probably wise. This ring also has special, like, vampire benefits to it. The bones, not the gem.
That would make sense. Theoretically, they were forged to interact well with vampires. Perhaps that is also why this queen has not been able to contact me through the rings I already possess.
Lizzie, I think that's
I think
insight.
that's insight, Bubbles.
Yeah, that would be insight.
Oh, damn.
Oh. Oh.
I imagine Bubbles is seriously distracted by something else.
I would think that would mean that Bubbles is convinced that she's absolutely telling the truth.
Nope, I'm not saying truth or lying in any sense of the word. Selmy, however, you have an insight check. And while she's not telling you everything, she definitely doesn't seem to have any intention towards this demon queen. In fact, she seems to be irritated, though not exactly with you, more with the concept that there might be something more to these rings than what she was planning on using them for.
I'll set my book down for a second and I'll say, so what are your plans with the ring?
My plans with the ring is none of your concern, really.
Are you trying to collect the set?
Perhaps, but not to release this demon queen that you speak of. I have my own reason for wanting them, and it seems if they are a key of some sort, then it would be best to keep them away from those who can be influenced. A vampire's mind apparently cannot be influenced by such a thing.
Nose back in the book.
With that insight check that I
that insight check that you ran, you would say that she believes that she cannot be influenced by this demon queen, that perhaps the rings were forged to prevent such a thing, as far as she's concerned.
Okay, I think I'm going to give it to her.
They're her staff, Lizzie.
Thank you. Yeah, they are various servants. No. As well, they're just like, you know, some maids who were dusting the place. So yeah, they probably look a lot alike. They're not twins though.
So one of them faces.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just tried to get
right
you
here?
know what? That's
What's
a
this?
table that has a cup of something red on it.
Oh, okay.
So, any word on slave lady?
Well, with the payment of with getting me this ring, I can offer you I can pay your way out of trouble with Victor's, or if you are still I can do that anyway, and allow you to slip by her notice, as it were. But if you are determined to take her down, as it were, there is one person I can think of who is aligned to that. One of the guard captains. You might have met some of her children. I believe they are students of the stand study. So you might want to go and talk to them about contacting their mother if you wish to take the general down.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything else you have for us?
Well, if you're interested in helping me acquire another ring, I might have a job for you. If not, if you don't want to get yourselves involved, that's all right. But I suggest that if you don't want to get involved, that you steer clear of the rings.
Yeah. I seem kind of susceptible to that bitch interrupting my dreams, so... And I need my beauty
They're
sleep.
creepy. They're not even that pretty, so we don't need them.
So, is it still unsafe for us to be walking around town?
Well, I can send my runners off right away, but I imagine. Well, I don't think that they're immediately looking for you. If you caused trouble, they would figure out who you were. But as long as you stay away from, well, the center of town, which you guys actually walked through and thankfully didn't get noticed. The upper district, I should say, the area where the council buildings are and such. For the next day, you're probably going to be okay. By then, my runner should have everything taken care of.
Oh, where's the circus? Is the circus still here, or did they move on without us?
I'm pretty sure they moved on without you, because they were only going to stay there a month, and I think enough time has gone by so that they're not there anymore. Hi, Vax. Excuse me, sorry.
Well, I'll admit, guys, I want to take the general bitch down, but this is a democracy, and I won't pull you guys into my personal vendetta. If you guys want to chase back after the circus, then
Yeah, the circus is
I'll
gone.
go with you.
It left a couple days ago.
Oh, we could, maybe rent some horses
But
and chase after them, right?
We could still try to follow them. Wherever they're going next, they'll probably stay another month.
I mean, we would know their circuit, right?
Yeah, they do travel around, but right now they're going down south, towards I want to say Rivenwood. Is that the one that's right down south? Hold on, or is that across the thing? Yeah, some of these maps are too hard to see.
I think Bubbles really wants to go see Nolan and Raja to see if she can get her arms fixed.
Yeah, Rack said that she had a line on that.
Well, okay, let's go see to Bubbles' injury, and then we can decide if you guys help me chase down or take down this general bitch, or we can chase the circus if you want.
Yeah, and as you tell me, is like having this little conference. Bubbles is coming up and going, "Oh yeah, Ivan, can you heal me?" It's like, and Ivan looks at her and says, "Well, I don't actually possess healing magic. I would suggest going to the Grand Cathedral, but until sometime in the next day or two, it probably won't be safe for you to be going to that part of the city. And two, I've heard that that the Grand Cleric has taken ill recently."
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Those sort of things happen.
Mm-hmm. So I think we should go find Rack and then maybe follow up with that cleric.
I hope she's not sick on account of her helping us.
She looks like she has bracers on her arm. How's that colorful?
It's a different color than her arms used to be.
You could go to a blacksmith and maybe have them in some pretty intricate designs, and then you could acid wash those designs and make them pretty, like jewelry.
Blank is going to suddenly look up from examining his collection of shiny objects, and he's going to run out the door looking for the nearest tailor.
The
Which is the
nearest
what?
what?
Tailor, person who makes clothes.
So you're gonna run into town
Yes.
Well,
where we were just told to stay away for another day or
well,
two.
that'd be going to the shopping district.
Okay. Listen here. Blank has an intelligence score of 13, so he's not stupid, but he also has like 0 attention span.
What's that in the background? Someone has someone talking in the background. Hello?
Kyle, is that you?
Not
Is
me.
Is anyone going after
Hello?
Blank? Hello?
I got my nose in a book.
Okay,
Blink
guys,
is
we
still
got.
in
Come
there.
on, you two quit fighting. Let's go chase after Blank.
Wait, what? What happened with Blank?
He just ran out the door.
Darn bird.
Yeah, roll, do a strength roll. Roll a 1d. Sorry, yeah, you already did the strength roll. So, yeah, 1 plus your strength modifier is how much damage Tonka just took from Bubbles punching her.
So it's entirely possible that
So
it's
bubble strength
that-
modifier?
0 damage.
Yeah, what's your strength modifier, Bubbles? Okay, so Tonka just took 3 points of damage.
Jesus, we get to knock it off.
Well,
Tommy's just gonna do the mom pinching the bridge of her nose and.
So has anyone gone running after Blank? Because somebody is distracted by Tonka and Bubbles.
okay.
Cotton,
I'm going after
that
Blank.
leaves you.
Yeah.
You did not notice that Blank was even gone, buddy.
I left. I
Taking
can.
anyone's side.
Selmy told me that Blank was gone, so I can pack up my book and head out the door and see if I can figure out where he went. What kind of roll to try and perception?
Sure.
It's working. There we go.
All right. So servants had to open and close doors for Blank, and they're having to do the same for you, Kyle. So you probably see Blank at the very end as the gate's being opened for him by the time that you get out the front door.
Okay, I'll run after him. Try to keep an eye on him.
Cotton and Blank at it again.
It's his fault this time.
See what happens when Flex is in here? Anyway, so Selmy, Tonka, and Bubbles, what are you guys doing now that you are no longer, Cotton and Blank are gone and Flex has wandered off?
So we should probably follow. Otherwise, I don't know. Probably gonna just start punching each other again.
Before I leave, I'm gonna ask Ivan, are we still able to impose upon your hospitality for the next couple days until we get Bubbles' issue worked out?
I don't see why not. You did hand over the ring, so I think
Thank you
that's
so
more
much.
than fair.
I sincerely appreciate it. Thank you so much. I know my companions are not the most well behaved at times, but I sincerely appreciate it.
All right. So, Bubbles and Tonka, are you just going to get into a punch slash slap fight over there, or do you have other things you wish to do?
I think it was Bubble suggested taking baths. That was probably a good idea.
Hello.
Anything else besides a bath?
We need to force them into a one-on-one adventure so that they either kill each other or come out with a stronger relationship.
The Zuko strategy.
You need them to do an escape room together.
Selmy is torn as to whether or not she should babysit these two or go try to babysit the other two.
It might be too late to find the other two. They
Yeah,
are
that's
long
fair.
gone by now.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna babysit these two.
And Flex is on his own.
Flex just doing what he do.
Singing to his cow, yeah. Rubbing his cow down with butter because his muscles need to shine.
Refreshing his butter supply, I guess.
Wait, I thought. Is that why why Flex named his cow Shay?
He named it
Yes.
Shay.
You know, Shea butter.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know if that's canon or not. I just wanted to make that stupid joke.
Well, Flex isn't here, but based on making butter to use as lotion, I would guess so.
All right. So what are we doing?
Okay, so Cotton and probably at some point getting towards the shopping district, Cotton catches up with Blank. Blank, what do you do when Cotton catches up with you?
Continue what I'm doing, which is going to a tailor shop.
All right.
Bird, what are you doing?
Blank is going to gesture to his clothes and then point to the town.
My clothes are fine. I don't need new ones.
Blank is going to gesture point to himself.
About time you covered up.
Does Blank do anything in retaliation to Cotton's comment?
Nope. Also, you remember
The
that
cow's
Blank
name is
is
Bessie.
wearing a full covering robes. You know that, right? He's not wandering around naked.
Yeah,
He is
fair.
dressed in full gestures motley.
Yeah, I forgot I'm still wearing the dress. Probably I'm still in the full female dwarf outfit.
That you look fabulous in, yeah.
Yep. Surprised Ivan didn't mention that.
Ivan might not have remembered who's who in that sentence. It's like, why should I care if they swap out one weirdo for another? What business is it over mine?
Oh God. Looks like Bubbles and Tonka are about to both sneak to the cathedral.
All right. So I was opening up my story. All right, hold on. I got distracted.
Barry Jr. up to my reading.
So you're off to the shop ward. What sort of clothing are you looking for?
Blank is going to pull out a sketch that he had prepared of, basically it's, Arctic camo.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, Blank is going to get a full set of Arctic camo robes commissioned.
Give me a perception roll.
18.
Should I
All
also?
right. This was for Blank because Blank knows what he's looking for.
Okay.
So what do I get with the 18?
I'm about to tell you. I'm just opening up a book for names here because I don't have a store that you're looking for already commissioned. So I am going to look at my naming lists and work from there. All right. I would like you to go to roll me two. By Lyra. 2 100s, please.
Oh, 100s.
Yep.
Oh. It's space. Uh, 15 and 12.
All right. 15 and 12. Give me a second roll of 100, please. How did this
14. I
happen?
am rolling low.
Jesus.
Oh, okay.
If I roll a 13 next, I win something.
Yeah, hold on.
Yucky.
My page.
Okay,
look,
17. But
sorry, the look of one of my pages just went very low, and I'm trying to find the right tab for what I'm working on.
yeah.
Sorry.
I apparently can't roll over 20 on a D100 though for some reason.
Don't know why it did this. I think my cat stepped on the keyboard again.
Damn it,
When she
Kitty,
does-
you're adorable, but you're pushing your luck.
Yeah, well, she just jumped down anyway. Okay. I was even looking at the wrong thing. Anyway. Okay, so. Come on, scroll down. I know what I need here. You don't need to show me all this stuff, game. Okay, so. Alright, so in the shopping ward, you find a place called the the Quaint Drow.
Ooh, promising.
It has darkened glass, but it appears to be open from the afternoon, which it is now, all throughout the evening. Basically, someone who, while being nocturnal, does want to cultivate people who are awake earlier in the day. So, you do find a tailor shop that'll suit your needs.
Yeah. Okay. I enter and present my drawings to the shop owner inside.
Alright, so you see a dark elf man who's currently in the middle of a couple of pins working on what appears to be, some kind of clothes. It looks like it's probably like suits, like trouser pants and whatnot. The guy looks up, takes the pins out of his mouth and puts them into a cushion. He's like, "Oh, hello there. What have you got? Oh, you've got me a sketch. Something you wish to commission." He takes a look out of it. "Do you know what kind of fabric you want for this?"
Blank is going to look around and find like a midweight fabric, like something something between linen and felt, like not too heavy, but also not super light and fluttery, like a jersey knit or something like that.
Kind of walks over and starts putting his fingers on it. He looks down at the paper. Did you put any measurements on there, or just have a design sketched?
Just the design sketch, but it's also very clearly for blank, and blank is going to
Yeah.
strike a pose.
All right.
Like a very sneaky looking pose.
So as you do that, he pulls out what appears to be some sort of measuring tape roll, and begins to circle you with measuring. Well, not a it's a roll. It's not one of the zip things that we have now, and starts circling you with it to take your measurements. Cotton, do you do anything while this is going on?
I can see that the bird is taking care of himself. I will just sit in the corner with my book.
All right. He starts examining things and kind of like starts nodding.
I'll occasionally look up from the book just to make sure he hasn't run off again.
Let's see. Between this fabric, this design, your measurements, I think I can construct you a costume that'll take me about. And he starts thinking for a moment. Hold on. Need dice for this. Come here, dice. Where are you? This should take me about 5 days to get completed, and will cost you 5 gold for the work.
Blank is going to pull out his gold. It also is worth noting that he has wrapped each piece of gold in a leaf so that it doesn't make a clink when he puts it on the counter.
Nice.
I have been saving that detail for 2 months. I have not paid for anything since I thought of it up.
He kind of takes the gold, makes sure that it's all there, and kind of nods and says, "All right, what about the name on the receipt?"
Blank is just going to type. Hold on, let me see if I can get this to work in Discord chat. There we go.
Kind of like nods and starts making markings. Basically he goes back to what appears to be a desk. Pulls out what looks like some sort of paper and a little ledger. Starts writing stuff down. Makes a little tear, and hands you a ticket. Here you are to claim ticket with your name on it. This the line. He chuckles. And you can also see that it has a series of numbers written down on there, along with a quick description of what it is. Now, in case I'm not the one working, when you come back in 5, 6, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I hear
Okay.
you.
When you come back in about 5 or 6 days, if I'm not the one working, just present this ticket, and you should be able to collect your garment if it is ready.
Blank nods and grabs the grabs the ticket, tucks it into his hat.
Well, pleasure doing business with you.
Wait, what?
He thanks you for coming and goes back to his work.
Okay, yeah. Blank turns and kind of saunters out the door.
And what do you wish to do, Cotton?
Follow.
All right. Meanwhile, Tonka, Selmy, Bubbles, what are you three doing?
I'm not
They're all
sure.
taking baths.
Yeah, I guess we were taking a bath, so I'm not dressed like Bubbles anymore, which will make it harder to sneak to the cathedral. But you never know.
I'm
Lyra.
pushing both of them like a hawk to make sure they don't start fighting again.
And my cat just came back, and she's clearly just in the litter box.
Aw,
Trailing.
kitty.
Yeah. The problem is that the type of litter that my cats use that's, good for my allergies and good for my asthma, doesn't make me feel like I'm sick all the time, does get dusty on their paws, so they always come trailing it. But it's biodegradable, so it's unlike other stuff. It doesn't make me cough incessantly.
Yeah, and that's probably not great for them either, for those ones.
Well, yeah, yeah. Whereas this stuff, it's like it's made out of like corn or wheat or whatnot. So
Everything's terrible in some ways. You got to pick the least terrible option.
yeah, yeah. And at least this stuff is easy to clean off. It's just unpleasant when they jump up on you with it. Anyway, so you guys get some nice baths. There's thankfully more than one bath spot in the mansion. So you can both take a bath at the same time without being in the same room. And what do you do while they're
I'm
doing that,
taking my
Selmy?
bath as
Oh, you're doing a bath too?
I'm
Okay.
doing my bath. Yeah, but I'm doing mine like as quickly as possible. I'm not luxuriating in it at all. Just like the necessities, and then I no, so that I can make sure these two are not going to be fighting again.
Just getting all the road grit off, huh?
Yep.
I'm figuring out if there's like glitter and bubbles, so that's my main thing for bath time.
Did you have glitter for it?
Technically, I do have glitter, but I was checking out what they have because this is like a fancy person house.
Yeah. Yeah, but they don't have. This isn't the sort of fancy person house you'd expect to have glitter. They have more of stuff that's good for the skin and stuff that perfumes the air, less so than glitter.
Well, I'll use that stuff and then just add my own glitter because obviously that's important.
Yeah, Tonka is very glittertastic. She's a sparkly fey being. Aw. That's nice of her. So, how long is Tonka going to be taking her bath for?
This is probably going to be a bit longer than Selmy because I'm not trying to rush it, but probably not too long. Maybe just like twice as long.
Alright. And what
Not
about.
too long, just twice as long.
Well, Selby's taking a super short bath, so it's like twice as long. It is closer to the norm. And so Bubbles is just going to be luxuriating in the water. I mean, her people are very fond of damp areas, so water is good for her, especially where she grew up. She grew up in an area that had a lot of water.
Well, she's adding to the water in the tub.
Poor Bubbles. So both Selmy and Tonka are done with their baths and fully cleaned up, and Tonka is all glittery, and they're probably dressed, or at the very least hanging around in robes, by the time that Bubbles finally climbs out of her bath. Sorry, Bubbles is since Bubbles is unfortunately quiet right now. There's a little bit of gap if anybody's watching.
Oh yeah, so Bubbles might be ignoring Tonka, but Tonka doesn't notice because Tonka's too self-absorbed.
As always with Tonka. But
You know
you
what, Bubbles? That's a good idea. I'll go with you. Don't rip me around.
And what I imagine you would find when you go out looking for Flex, if you do look for Flex, is that he is in the back courtyard singing to his cow. That seems like a Flex thing to do.
Is Tonka going with them? Yeah.
That was very stealthy.
Where you going?
Oh, Bubbles.
You weren't trying to sneak off and leave me, were you?
Aw, poor Selmy.
We're in town. There's no way to find us.
Yeah, you're in a city. You're in a city basically without cell phones, having no idea where the boys went, or where Cotton went, and blank is gender unknown. Sorry, but you have no idea where the boy players went.
Where the two shortest members of the party went.
No, Selmy's short too.
Yes, I think Cotton is shorter, and I know that Blank is shorter. I'm relatively positive this has come up before. Like I know Blank is the shortest, and I think Cotton is sort of shorter than Selmy.
Where did we go coming out of the tailor shop?
Blank, she kind of started sauntering back up to the house.
Okay.
So you might actually get back there by the time that they're so Bubbles, you did get forced outside, right, to go see Flex singing to his cow. Okay, so yeah, you get.
They did take long baths. So
Well, Selmy didn't, but yeah, the others did. And by the time Bubbles is out there looking, and Selmy's out there looking at Flex singing to a cow, you guys get back.
I'll see Bubbles out, and I'll say, "Oh, Bubbles, what are we doing about your arm? Who do we need to see to get you fixed?"
Too bad that the cleric, the high cleric, is too sick to cast her most powerful spells right now. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I think Rack wanted us to come see her.
Yeah, Rex said something about knowing someone who could help.
Oh, and I think the bird here has an order he's got to go back for in like a week or something.
A week's about 10 days long, I think. Hold on, it was either. Let me double check my calendars.
Okay.
And this was 5 days.
Half a week. I was trying not to say the specific time because I wasn't like paying full attention. What about Rack? It's not really safe for us to go into to the cathedral just for a couple more days, but we could go see Rack.
Plus, rude. You don't have to
I
center of
love
the
that.
walk, Bubbles.
Fine.
All right, so let's everybody coming along?
It's the middle of the night, isn't it?
It's evening. It's not the middle of the night.
Anybody wants to stay here, and the rest of us will head out.
We all just got back to town. I mean, they probably want to have a decent night's sleep before we go bugging them. Maybe we should, get a little bit of rest too. As long as we have this nice, comfy hospitality.
I mean,
Bubbles would probably like if you went to sleep.
Rest sounds great, but I know how concerned Bubbles is about her arms. I think we should show care for her and do what we can to help her out.
Bubbles has been like this for nearly a week now, so she's suffered a long time.
Mm.
I'll tell you what, Bubbles, it looks like everybody else is beat and everybody else wants to stay here and just get some rest. How about just you and I go find Rack?
As long as you're not going to go browbeat her into taking you right now. You're going to schedule it.
All right, so I'm ready to head out.
Look at me. Promise me.
Selmy, I'm with her. We'll take care of this. We'll be nice.
No, I want to hear you say it clearly. Look in my eyes and promise me, young lady.
Are you the mother now, Selmy?
She's been the mother.
Well, I know. I'm just saying specifically this character.
Okay. You can go now. And if you break your promise, you're not getting any more of the good drugs.
We won't let you stay ugly. We're going to get your arms fixed. You look great. Come on, let's go find Rack and we'll see what she can do.
Tommy's just gonna let out a long suffering sigh, like.
All right, do we know where to go?
Yeah, you've been to the sand study before.
All right. So we'll head over there.
Alrighty. Alright. Are all of you going, or just two of you?
I think it's just the two of us.
Alright.
And I haven't even changed out of my dress yet.
Good plan.
Probably for the best.
Tommy's just, like, she's come to accept that she's just never getting her dress back.
I think Cotton's just forgotten that he's wearing the dress.
It's comfortable.
Tommy's gonna have to find a new
nice
dress for pockets.
It's a nice and comfortable garment. All right, so Bubbles.
And I'm not trying to keep up with this, guys. I'm wearing it and like I'm talking normal.
Yeah, Flex is sort of in a similar area to where you guys are, but not exactly. Because as
You're
far
like
as
the
you know,
Eddie Izzard of Alaris.
I was actually going to mention that as we were walking along on our own. She's like, "Hey, about that thing uh, that happened when we were in that creepy mansion place. Um, yeah, that was weird, and I'm sorry."
right. So while you guys talk, you wind your way around until eventually you end up at the sand study. Thankfully, there's still lights burning on inside. It's not like it's closed and dark for the night or anything. What do you wish to do? The entrance to the guild is directly in front of you, with the big title of, sand study over the door.
Knock on the door.
All right, you hit the knocker, and after about a minute, you see Rack appearing at the door. She kind of like looks at you guys, and her antenna whir a bit. It's like, and you hear in your heads, "Oh, you've returned. I see." And she kind of looks over at Bubbles. "This is about your arm, yes? You have no other way of getting it fixed than the help I was offering, correct?"
Not so far.
"All right, then. Well, I guess we're going to be going to the Nexus, then. I can get it."
What's the Nexus?
"Well, it's not really for most people to hear, but you've already involved yourselves in a few interesting things already, so you might be needing the help from the Nexus anyway. The Nexus is in another plane of existence. It's not the easiest thing to get there, but I do know how to get to a door that leads to the Nexus."
All right. Is
So
there anything you need to prepare so that we can do this, or uh, can we go like right now, or?
Well, we can go right now, actually. We just have to get over to the Griffin's Respite.
Okay. Yeah, I want to support my friend.
All right. So, you head to a place that Ivan basically warned you against going back to, but although you did pass by here earlier in the day, and thankfully the guards didn't notice you at that point. As I said, they were distracted because they were busy talking to that odd-looking dragonborn fella. But you see before you a really nice tavern, really old tavern, and probably one of the largest ones, if not the largest, in the city.
I'll respond to Bubbles by saying we promised that we would plan with Rack the best time to go, and Rack said that now is the best time to go, so we're doing what we said we would do.
You see before you the beautiful old building made in a style that's probably at least 1,000 years old, made of brick and a cream color on the outside. And you can see, as you see the windows, that it's a bit more red inside. As she escorts you in, you see a bar and tables made of sturdy wood trimmed with metal. Buttresses of stone with lamps hang down from from the ceiling and against the walls that seem to be based more for decoration rather than support. The ground floor is complete with music, and there's even some people dancing in what looks like a kind of a cleared out area without any tables or chairs. The atmosphere is, rather than relaxing, is rather I'm looking for the word ebullient. I can't pronounce it even. It's kind of like not like a rave or like a club of today. It's more of like people playing music and clapping and a few dancing sort of music instead of the diehard raves of our modern sensibilities.
Jolly drunken atmosphere.
Yes. Yeah, there are. You can even notice that there seem to be a few rooms available in this establishment, even though there's a much bigger hotel somewhere nearby. Uh, Rack escorts you as Rack continues to escort you.
Yeah.
she she brings you over to the bar where there's a large minotaur currently polishing a glass. His cow-like face kind of splits into a smile as he sees Rack. Kind of nods to her. Ah, hello. Haven't seen you very recent. Haven't seen you here recently, Professor. Glad to have you back. And her antenna whir, and she doesn't appear to direct whatever she's saying into your mind, just into his. And he kind of like nods and says, "Ah, yes, the pink room is free and open tonight. Be my guest and head down the hallway."
Do I know the gender of the Minotaur?
Yeah, the Minotaur appears to be a male.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Oh, you're quite welcome. And he kind of like looks towards Drac and says, "If you could pick me up some of some of the usual when you come back. We've run out of the stock, unfortunately." And she kind of turns and she nods. "Thank you." And he goes back to polishing glasses as Rack kind of like leads you down a side hall, like out of the general bustle of the the main tavern, what appears to be like some functionary rooms. One of them is a pink door on it with some kind of weird stylized like bird-like imagery on it. Like see like what appears to be like a birdish head with a long beak
Out
on
of
there. In fact,
curiosity, is it possible for a Minotaur to be female?
yeah, of course.
That is technically called a holstar. Holstaur.
Hmm.
Well, the species name is Minotaur. Minotaur, as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, so she takes a like you look around quickly, pulls out what appears to be a feather on a chain. It's also pink, and opens up the door. And kind of like escorts you guys in.
Okay, we'll go in.
Alright, she closes the door behind you. It looks like, a lounging room with pillows and some interesting decor along the walls. What looks like a couple archways of sorts. And she waves the feather. She waves the feather in front of one of the archways. It seems to have like a bird-like face on top of it. And the archway just suddenly vanishes, and instead, like, there's a gaping hole in front of you that appears to be heading down into the ground. Like a stairway that's just going down and circling. And she starts in. And you,
trying to keep up with Bubbles as best I can.
Bubbles hears in her head, just like, "Be careful!" But Bubbles can see that magic lights appear to be appearing as she runs down, likely getting down to the ground floor, where there appears to be...
Bubbles, wait for me!
There's like two things down there that Bubbles can see, besides the stairs that are down once she finishes down. It appears to be like a while down, like, beyond a basement, beyond, like, normal storage areas, under that. It's like, some ways down. accidentally pulled on my cable. Can you guys hear me?
Quiet. I
Yes.
thought I heard like a really quiet hello.
All right. So sorry. Oh, where'd you last hear?
Oh,
I-
okay. That makes sense.
All right. So
Yeah.
the stairs are pretty long. It's like several stories down, like basement, sub basement, all that sort of stuff. Like you're running down several flights. By the time you get down, you get into a nice area. There's all these lights, magical lights that keep popping on when as you move down and kind of go off as soon as you pass by certain ways. Like if you look behind you and up, it's all dark beyond where Rack is following you. You get down. There is this big kind of like gate, where you see like images of what appears to be more bird-like things. But as you get closer, it's like, oh no, these are more like griffins, except they're standing on like two legs, and they appear to be cloaked in a robe, like they're wearing clothing of some kind. That is.
They are what again?
They're like a griffin on two legs in a robe.
Okay.
Which is
All right.
very strange.
Hello.
But in addition, no, this is an image on a gate.
Oh. Okay.
Images on a gate actually. Beside this like gate with the big brass pulleys and all of that, there is what looks to be another archway. This one has a picture of another archway on top of it. Looks pretty simple. And as you say that, Bubbles, as Rack gets down there, she says, "Oh, no. We're not going." You hear in your head, "We're not going in there. I don't think we want to go in that way."
We want to follow Rack's instructions so we can get to the place that can fix your arm. So
No, we're going to the Nexus. It'll be okay.
Right.
And she kind of waves the feather over the other the other the other
Is there a
arch.
restroom nearby?
Nope. But what I'm gonna do is, unfortunately, I'm gonna bring Cotton and Bubbles into another chat.
This can't be good.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
I hear you.
All right. I just wanted to make sure of that. Okay, so went down there, and as basically the archway opens, and you could see what looks like some sort of rotunda, surrounded by lots and lots of arches, and the occasional person walking by.
Okay.
And Rack just kind of like walks through like nothing's wrong whatsoever. What do you guys do?
Follow her.
Oh joy!
We don't know where we're going. She's giving the direction.
Sorry, no. I just made a roll to see something. So that's gonna be fun.
Okay.
Anyway, as you get into the rotunda, basically through the gate, like it kind of like seems to switch off behind you, so you no longer see the room that you were just in. Instead, you just see an open dark sky. You see people of all sorts, kind of like walking around. What mostly seems to be around is you see a lot of dragonlings in armor and some in robes, just kind of like wandering through the square.
Ooh. I'm so glad Buck is not here.
You also see various other races. You see probably is a few bugbears, goblins. You see humans, tabaxi, all basically all of that. You also see what look like might be dark elves, except you see one of them grinning at you as you walk by. This really nice looking dark elf woman with unusually tall ears. Except that, unlike any dark elf, aka drow, that you've ever seen before, she has sharp teeth. And her ears are much taller than you've ever seen on a normal elf. But other than that, she looks a lot like a dark elf. as she walks by. It's like she's evaluating the two of you. But whether she wants to take you to bed or eat you is hard to tell.
You can look, but you can't touch.
Rock doesn't seem to pay them any mind. And you're hearing your heads that we're going to head up to the Citadel. We should be able to find somebody there that can help you.
Oh.
But as long as I'm here, I'm going to have to check in.
Okay.
Uh,
Do we need to check in?
No, you aren't you aren't a member of the council. Here. I accidentally, it's a story for another time.
Okay.
What you see as you're walking out of this rotunda with all the gates, is you see a lot of people seem to be engaged in, like, other than chatting and like wandering around and trade and business working on. You can hear a lot of construction projects going on. Like, it seems to be people repairing buildings. Because as you get out of the rotunda, you can definitely see that you're in some kind of city, and you can see what this citadel thing probably is. It's like a really tall building nearby that seems to be going up and up and up towards the sky, whereas everything like dwarfing everything else in this space. So yeah, you guys are focused on that. You continue on. You get to what appears to be the entrance to the citadel. There are more of those armored small dragonlings again. This time they're standing at attention at the gate. They kind of like look at Rack, kind of nod to her, and her antennae are waving. So most likely she's talking mentally to them, but not sharing with you guys.
Okay.
They kind of like stand aside to let her pass. As she brings you into the Nexus. Into the Citadel of the Nexus. Here are more and more stairs, it seems, going around the interior of the building. A few floors up, and she takes you to what appears to be some kind of meeting room. Inside is a large table with some kind of seems like some magically generated map of some kind that seems to be like floating. You could see bits and pieces of it like moving into place, and several people are around this table. In fact, I can show you. I'm going to show you privately a picture, piece of art that I actually had commissioned some time ago, because it is. Hold on, let me get this message up. And it's Lizard and Kyle. Wait, Kyle the Gooth, are you on my friends list?
I don't know.
Huh.
I know we've had direct messages.
Hold on, I'm trying to find your name on this list. Maybe it's under a different. Hold on. Sorry, brain. ADHD brain here.
It says we have mutual friends.
Yeah, and it's not prompting me to add you. It's just I was trying to type in Kyle the Goof when I was trying to create something and I couldn't. Huh. Well, can you? Oh, I can see you. Hold on. I can see you on here. Oh, yeah, you're not a friend on there. That's why I couldn't find you.
Okay,
Sorry.
so how do I?
I just sent you a friend request. Sorry, sorry for taking so long on this. It's just that I need to send you both an image, and I was hoping to send. Well, I guess I can just send it to you individually. I was hoping to send it to you together. Yeah. Sorry for being a pain and making this longer than it should be. Alright, so.
Where's your friend request going to pop up? Because I don't see it.
I'm just sending you pictures individually instead. So that's who you see also around the table. Well, now I get that. Message. Okay. I didn't press enter on that. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how you also see standing at the table.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, I was at a convention and I got him. I got a piece of art done of him. Yeah, it's really nice. I don't usually get to use it very often.
He's like a dragon type character.
Yeah, he looks like a dragon with a metal arm and metal around his face, like this you know black wings, black scales, all of that. But metal. One of his arms is completely metal, and one of his eyes seems to be missing. Instead, it's just a red glow, basically surrounded by gold. He's kind of like standing at the table, like looking over things as you stand up. In addition to him, there is a not exactly a lizard person. They're more sleek, more serpentile, but not like not a snake. They've got like arms and legs together. But this other person that's also wearing armor, kind of like standing there at the table, along with a tabaxi woman. She's there, and what looks to be a wood elf woman is kind of like standing, looking over at the table. They kind of like look up, kind of like nod, and the person, the lizard person, sorry, not the lizard person, the snake-like person says, "Ah, Rack, good to see you again. And who have you brought us?" The
Bubbles. When we get back, we should not tell Flex about the dragon guy.
the the dragon guy in question kind of like folds his arms and like kind of staring at the two of you.
Oh, sorry. Uh, you wouldn't happen to know any bugbears, would you?
I imagine I have met various bugbears in my time. So I don't know who you might be referring to exactly.
This would be a memorable one. He likes to shave himself.
That would be a new one. But no, I do not find them very attractive.
Um, okay.
And you hear Rack in your head. It's like, um, hmm, Prince Lograth, these are two companions of mine. This is Cotton and this is Bubbles. Bubbles here has a bit of a problem, and I was bringing her to the Nexus, hoping that someone would be on hand to help her. And well, since I needed to check in here anyway, I figured why not go right to the top. I wasn't sure who was going to be in attendance from the other courts today. And you hear Loggrass basically saying, yes, well, I'm also here serving, some help with Utopia's business as well. She has been quite generous. But, what does your friend Bubbles require? Hmm?
Um, her arms are have been magically transformed. They're not supposed to be the
Ah,
way they are now.
magical transformations. It's always magic, isn't it? He kind of like shakes his head a bit. Well,
We all have to deal with it in every world, right?
magic is something to use when all other things have been exhausted. Sometimes it is the only thing one can use. He kind of like moves around the table and goes to look at Bubbles. Now show me the problem.
Okay. Ah,
The
great.
only difficult with Bubbles being so quiet.
I was trying to figure out where she was talking because. All right.
Yeah, where is Bubbles talking? I don't see anything.
It's in the. Oh, she's typing in the second roll 20 group where you've got us.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't see that at all. I'm very sorry about Bubbles. I was looking at the instead I was looking at the Roll20 feed. Okay, so because nobody watch, even if somebody is watching this, yeah. So basically, Bubbles has been running around, trying to hide her arms for a while running around. Um, she ran up to the citadel. She held out her arms out to him. Uh, and he like looks at him over. And I take it you want the metal gun. You don't wish to integrate it into your body?
She likes the way she was born and wants to return to that.
Hmm. Bubbles thanks him. And he says, Well then. Nothing wrong with being a purist.
Is this the dragon guy that's talking to us?
Yes. Oh, well, my dear.
I will say your arms are spectacular, sir.
Thank you, though you also do lack things that I find appealing.
Little hurtful, but okay.
You hear in your head from Rack saying, "Don't mind him. He thought you were flirting with him." In Cotton's head.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks over that and kind of like seems to think for a moment. Like he kind of winds up holding her arm in his mechanical hand and is like going over, like he pulls something from one of his pouches with his, more fleshy hand. Although even that, it feels like it is kind of shrunken in a bit. Like, it's not as fleshy as it should be. It's like it's if all the flesh is pretty tight. And in fact, up close to him, you could see that, his scales are pretty tight to his face and to his bones as well. Like, he looks carefully over it, and this kind of like brings this, what looks kind of like a gem, a small gem, like close to the arms, and goes, just some chaotic curse, it seems. Well, I'll fix that. And as he runs it over, the flesh starts reforming on your arm, Bubbles. The metal kind of goes away, and then he kind of grabs the other arm of yours and starts doing the same. There we go. And poor Bubbles is sobbing in relief. Good. Now, if I need something, I'll have a favor that's owed to me from you. And he goes back to whatever he was working with on that map.
What? So what are you working on?
This time the more the reptilian, the more of the snake-like person answers and says, "We are working on some reconstruction plans of the city. We've had a lot of work being done in the last 20 years, but there's still a lot of things that need doing."
We've got some friends who might be able to help. If we can suggest something to them.
We've got a lot of help as it is. Lots of construction crews. Unless your friends are in construction, we should be okay here. Although, she kind of seems, the person seems to think for a moment. there are some sectors that do need clearing out at some point. Perhaps you might wish to come around and volunteer at that point. It'll earn you citizenship in the Nexus.
And can you explain the Nexus to me a little more? I'm not quite sure I understand what this is.
The Debaxi woman actually at this point tends to take over, and she has a very strange accent which I can't replicate.
You paying attention to what Lizzie's doing? What Bubbles is doing?
Bubbles is dancing. Let's leave it at that.
Bubbles claims that this is how she's repaying the favor.
And he doesn't. Slugrath does not seem to be amused or paying attention to her at all. He's busy or something. But the Tabaxi woman kind of answers with saying, the Nexus is a place that goes between many worlds, many planes. Though it originated out of a pocket of weird time from Alaris, so there's a lot of Alaris locations that keep getting pulled and connected with the Nexus.
What was the name of that bar I was at?
The Griffin's Respite.
Do you know anything about the Griffin's Respite?
She kind of nods and says, yes, the bar in Orin that Lokar built a long time ago. And they kind of look at each other and kind of hear kind of groans. And then Lokar kind of looks up from what he was doing. It's Lokar.
Who's Lokar?
He is a wizard who really knows how to party, but he is a bit chaotic, although it is a lot better if he's like that, rather than what he's like when he's not so chaotic.
Alright. So, you fixed my friend, thank you very much for that, and you're working on some construction stuff, and you might, at some point, have some areas that you need some, let's say, adventurers to go clear out eventually?
Yeah, the snake person says, yes. At some point, there's usually room for adventurers to clear things out. But for right now,
no, Lizzie, that's not.
Lokar, yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yes, Lokar was the name on the handout I gave you.
Dang it.
Lizzie Bubbles is paying attention. The lizard woman is paying more attention than the halfling.
I'm a gnome. Thank
No,
you.
I was about to say no. Sorry. Let's say wait, no.
I might look like a dwarf right now, but I'm a gnome. Yep. So
is Bubbles screaming that right now?
Ignore my friend. She's just overcome with joy at her arms being back. Let's.
As Bubbles starts screaming that Lokar screwed up her face, Lograth kind of looks over it while the others around the table kind of groaning a bit, including Rack, whose antennae are just kind of going into what we call facepalm mode. Lograth kind of looks at her with interest and goes, dear, how did he do that? How did he mess up your face? He wasn't named as anybody with the crystals. He is one of the people that has one of the rings.
Oh, he's that one. He's the one that used to be a statue, right?
Yeah, he's the guy that used to be a statue.
Okay.
And then Lograt seems to chuckle a bit. Ah, crystals. Oh, you're thinking of someone else. Ah, well, that makes more sense. I don't think he wants to play much. Well, he
Yeah, because I was
might.
thinking that the crystal one was somebody who started with a J.
Yeah, he kind of like Lograt gets all contemplative from the looks of it. That's quite interesting. Perhaps I'll get you to use that favor that you owe me to look in on him at some point, but not right now. Besides, I don't know where he is exactly. He might be somewhere down below in his, well, his dungeon, as he likes to call it.
Bubbles,
Or
we should head
just
back to the
his
others.
clones might be in there. I don't
Bubbles, I'm sure
know.
the others are worried about us, and you got your arms back.
I don't care for dancing, dear. Especially not, and no offense meant by this, one of the female persuasion.
Oh,
All right, so I'm gonna. Are you guys heading out? Are you gonna do anything
that-
else weird?
is that why you didn't like me? Because I'm wearing a dress?
Oh no, you don't have a tail. You don't have scales. You don't
Oh,
have
gotcha.
horns. You are very plain. You are, shall we say, more like a mewling newborn, and I do not fancy that whatsoever.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave before I do something stupid. Let's say that out loud.
Sorry. I'm gonna check in on the rest of the party because they must be really bored
Okay.
right now.
Yeah.
And learning and all that general shit.
Sorry for the long haul, guys. They
Oh,
they were taking a long time.
We had a long bitch about politics and sociology.
We were deciding to
Any
get to
system
the
of government here.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah. The consensus is benevolent AI overlords.
Yeah, I'd second that at this point. It's like they can't do any worse than what we've already got. Anyway, so while those two are out, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Sumi is studying her alchemy book.
Blank is looking
Before
around
bed.
for new shiny objects.
And who's keeping an eye on Blank so he doesn't accidentally upset your vampire host?
Tonka doesn't need that much sleep, but Tonka's probably not great at knowing how to not upset the vampire host. So he's maybe painting Flex while he sings to his cow.
Yeah. But I think Flex at this point has fallen asleep with the cow. It's like, the cow's laying down, Flex is
that's even better.
cuddled up with her, and all of that.
So
She's
I
just
don't
having
know.
a nice day with the cow. Or a nice night with the cow. And you're painting symbols on him?
Yeah, maybe like spreading butter everywhere. I don't know. If he was
And-
making
and he's
butter,
probably
maybe I'll make butter.
I imagine he's mumbling something about "thank you, flexible friend" or whatever it was he was calling Tonka.
Yeah, something like that.
At some point, he probably tries to grab you into a hug, thinking that you're best friend. If you want to dodge that hug, you might want to roll something.
Let's see. Well, Flex is pretty slippery, so it shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, you get advantage.
Oh, nice. If I got
Is it
advantage, it's not that bad.
24? Yep. Yeah. And he tries to grab you while he's going back to sleep, and you just slip away.
That's what happens when you put on too much butter, Flex.
So, Blake, give me a investigation roll. Just searching for shiny things.
Okay, hold on. I gotta get off the floor. I was chilling on the floor on a body pillow. while you-
Sorry.
Here we go. Okay. and a very comfy rug and a very fluffy body pillow. Okay, don't judge me. Investigation 11.
All right. In the guest area where you're currently at, you don't find anything cool and shiny and new.
Blank is going to sit in the corner and pout.
And for one of the few times that you can remember, the Flex is not here to cuddle with you.
Where did I...
And what did you
there
say
it
you were doing, Selmy?
Reading my alchemy book.
Reading your alchemy book?
Yeah.
Alright. You have discovered a new potion. Let's see, where did I write that information down? I wrote down something in my thing that's saying about sorry, I had written some notes down a while ago about that potion book, and I was trying to remember what the name of the potion was. Oops. Did I write down in my modern alchemy book? No. Oh, I know why. Okay. So as you're scrolling through the book, the potion that catches your eye is one that appears to something about third eye awakening.
The portion of clairvoyance is it? Because I already know that.
It seems to. What does the potion of clairvoyance do?
I don't know. I just have it written down on my list of.
Oh,
potions.
then yes. This is the potion I was thinking about. I guess I already told you about it. Did I tell?
Yeah, I think I already know it. I think that's what I learned last time I studied.
What do the notes say about it? Does this say clairvoyance or?
I don't know. I just brought up. I have an Excel document of all my potions and my drug supplies, and I just wrote it down as one that I know. I didn't write down any details.
All right, so yeah, it's a potion. It's a potion of clairvoyance that you're studying. You're studying more about it. Opens third eye, sees bits into the spirit realm, all sorts of good stuff like that, so that you can see like bits of the spirit realm past the substrate, which aka the ether, the ethereal plane, and see an outline of things as they are in spirit, without having to like travel to the spirit realm.
If I'm making or if I'm studying it further, does that mean I can make it this time?
With the right equipment, you can.
Well, I mean, I did have my kit set up in the extra room before we left. Would it still be there?
Yes, and that's actually a good use of your downtime. Potion working.
Cool. I'm
So,
gonna try and make this new potion.
alchemy with intelligence. Alchemy kit.
Okay. I do this. Clicking on it, and nothing's happening. Oh, there it goes. Okay, intelligence. Ah, damn it.
Yeah, sadly, as you attempt to brew it this night, it does not come out. You might be missing a key ingredient. You might have done something wrong. You're gonna have to go back to the drawing board on that one.
Boo. Okay. But you said it opens up my third eye and lets me see the spirit world.
Yes. Yeah, let's see
I'm
the
gonna write
spirit
it
world
down this time.
overlaid over our world, or over the standard world.
I don't know how to excel.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys wish to do for the evening?
No, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good sulking.
Tonka?
What did I roll for a sulk check?
Uh, Tonka's
Performance?
fine. She'll find something to paint, because she doesn't sleep that much.
Ooh, I am sulking with the best of them.
All right, you can roll a performance check to see how well your painting came out. Like maybe a painting of your Kenku friend sulking.
Yeah, that would be like a really intense, dramatic painting. So let's see. Where's
Especially with with his performance check. Oh yeah, yeah. You've captured the essence of blank pouting or sulking
beautiful?
rather. Perfect little bird.
Truly, truly, we have reached the
That's
heights
what I
reached the heights of our artistic endeavors.
Tonka will give it to Blank in the morning when he's done sulking.
Okay.
Right.
Hey,
It's
Chris.
not it's not until morning when both Bubbles and Cotton return.
Chris,
What?
I had a question about the bar that you told us about back there. Because I was talking about the one that Blank and I went to when he fell into the bag of holding. Is that the one you were talking about?
No, that's not the one I'm talking about.
Okay, that was the one that I was asking about.
So yeah, you guys are eventually with Rack return back to through where you came, through the Griffin's Respite, and have now the two of you have now returned to Ivan's place with Bubbles' arms all good as new.
Um, can I verify that Flex is not in the room?
Yeah, Flex is still out with his cow,
Okay.
probably doing his morning routines at this point.
Hey guys. But Bubbles is all fixed. Good as new. Found this dragon guy with metal arms who um has really bad taste in partners. Um, but he took care of it. Bubbles owes him a favor. They might call on us to like clear out some realms, or they're working on like some sort of construction thing in the multiverse or whatever, and they might need us to help them clear out unwanted creatures.
Tommy is just gonna let out an angry huff and glare at the two of them, but not say anything.
Well, what's wrong, Selmy? We got her arms fixed.
You promised me.
We promised you that we would go when Rex said it was time to go, and Rex said it was time to go right then.
She said you had to go or you could go.
She said it was the best time right then.
I want to do an insight to see if he's lying. Whoops, shit, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, I don't remember what Rex said exactly.
Just roll either persuasion or deception, depending on your mood.
We just went to this bar that apparently Lokar built. Y'all remember Lokar? He's the guy that was in a statue. Um, yeah, we went through the bar and it took us to the Nexus.
Oh yeah, someone went to that bar already.
Where you met a mysterious figure who now you owe a favor to, an unfavor.
Her arms are fixed. And she thinks that she paid the favor. He didn't seem to think so, but she does. Yeah, um he seems to like lizard folk men. He needs scales and tails and horns and all kinds of and mail.
I'm just gonna say that I am happy your arms are fixed, and I hope we don't pay too high a price for it.
Oh, thanks, Selmy.
Don't thank me.
Aw, you wanted to go without thanks. That is so noble. Chris, did you say it's a new day?
Yes, a new day has dawned.
But we still have maybe a day or two before it's safe to wander the city.
That's what you've been told, at the very least. But you did make some
Right.
trips in and around and haven't gotten caught, so what you do is up to you.
Right.
Well, Sumi's gonna go talk to whoever it was that Ivan said she should talk to about the general person.
Selmy, do you
She's
want
also
company?
paranoid. She's also paranoid, so she's gonna try the disguise kid thing again.
Alright, give me a charisma check on that.
Mediocre.
You think it's going okay.
Selmy, do you want company?
Sure.
Bubbles and I come with you. Anybody else?
Sure, Tonka will go.
Yeah, you'll need to re-up your disguise kits if you're disguised, everyone.
See.
Okay. I mean, never took off the dress, so. Disguise. Oof. Yeah, mine is showing that I haven't touched it up.
Yeah, Cotton has not.
Just looks
Yeah.
like a bad cross dresser at this point.
No, it's more of a hygiene effect.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't had a bath.
Nobody wants to pay too much attention to him because of the rank.
So I'll. Okay. Let me just role play this real quick. I'm going to. How about a perception for me to find out if I see how bad I look?
Sure.
Okay. It's rolling. Okay, so I should notice how bad I am.
Yeah, you can notice
All
that
right.
you're
I
not doing
will.
too good in the hygiene department.
Yeah, I will stay behind, and I'm gonna, take a bath and get the dress laundered, and check on Flex and hang out with whoever stays behind, and I'll read my book too.
Taking advantage of the concierge. Gotcha. So who all's going out to the sand study again?
Sell me Bubbles, and I think Tonka said she was going.
What about you, Blank?
Yeah, Tonka.
Say what?
Are you going
Uh,
with them or are you staying with Cotton?
I'm going with them. Hopefully, there's new shiny stuff where they're going.
Alright. So Cotton is staying with Flex to keep Flex company.
I have examined the room thoroughly, and I have determined there is a distinct lack of shiny stuff, so I go to acquire new shiny. Oh, the shiny shall be mine.
Alright.
So I'm gonna bury myself in my book, and I'm gonna go ahead and sign off.
Alright. Have a good night.
Good night.
Enjoy your book.
Alright. So the four of you head out to the sand study. Some of you in brilliant disguises, some not so much. That doesn't count. It landed on another piece of another die.
Sammy doesn't need to look good. She just doesn't. She just doesn't want to look like her.
Alright. You head out into the city, and no one stops you on your way to the sand study.
All right.
And who is it again that Ivan said could talk to us about bringing down this general bitch?
Some of the people you went out with. AKA
The ones
Nolan
that don't
and,
like us?
Nolan and Raja.
Oh, fun.
Maybe we should bring
Well, it's a good
pastries.
thing we didn't bring Flex.
Yeah,
and
that's
not
a
Flex.
good thing. Alright, so you get into the sand study this time, and Ile is there, currently seemingly talking some things over with Rack, and you don't see Raja, but you do see Nolan, who is currently writing up some notes, it seems.
Okay, well, I'm gonna approach him and I'm gonna be like, "Look, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but Ivan told me that you guys might be able to help or that we could be help you about taking down this slaving bitch of a general. So if there's a time we could schedule to, go over that, I would be most appreciative. Doesn't have to be right now.
He kind of like looks up at you and seems kind of gives you this look, this like not very friendly look. Then he lets out a long sigh and says, "That would be more like my mother's field of expertise, but I'm not even sure really why you're trying to talk to me about any of this right now. We are not friends, and your one friend nearly killed my sister."
I was under the impression that you were trying to harm our friend, and he is very protective of that friend.
Yes, I gather that. But we had not harmed we had not harmed the Kenku in any way. We were merely restraining him, and your friend came over with nearly lethal force. If he had killed my sister, kind of like Nolan just shakes his head at that thought and just holds up a hand. I don't even want to talk about
hide,
it.
ends up knocking over an end table and breaking a vase.
Nolan doesn't even appear to pay attention, but that does get Ilay's and Rack's attentions. You see Rack's like antenna just whirring, and Ilay kind of like has her mouth open a bit. It's like, oh, what are you doing?
Sally is just gonna smack her face and let out another long, suffering sigh.
Yeah. Blank is going to climb up on top of the table after riding it and attempt to imitate the sculpture he just knocked over.
Ilay's just kind of staring and looks over at Rack and is basically like, is this what you had to deal with while you were gone? And Rack just kind of droops her antenna, and you can't hear the response. It's just in Ilay's head, and Ilay just kind of rubs the more fleshy bit of her face, which is between the eyes where there's less fur, and she sighs hard. And she kind of like looks over at you guys and says, I figured you might be here looking to officially join the guild, but I don't think that would be a right fit for us. So I'm trying not to be rude when I ask you to kindly leave.
Okay, fine. This is obviously a dead end. Look, if your mom wants help with the whole general slave driving bitch debacle, then just give her my name and we'll be on our way. And I would appreciate that very much. And I apologize profusely for the misunderstanding involving our clumsy Kenku friend.
Who's Tunka offering the food to?
I guess Nolan is the one who's talking to us, so probably him.
Alright. So Selmy also needs to roll persuasion, not just Bubbles and Tonka.
Okay.
Kind of frowns a bit. It's like, look, I'll think about it. But this is guard business, and my mom is pretty good at her job. She is looking for evidence, but I will think about talking to her about this.
Tonka says, thanks, I know you'll make the right choice.
Yeah. Well, I want to. Okay. I want to see if I can convincingly imitate the statue I knocked over as everyone else leaves, and so I can stay there and see what they do.
Roll performance.
Okay. Oh God, I hope I get a natural 20. Dang it! Oh god, that would have been amazing if I had gotten that 20 on that one.
Yeah, no, Nolan does not seem to notice that you are not the statue at all, or the vase that was sitting there, whatever it was. Since Ilay and Rack had already seen you, and so you not heard you knock over the vase or the thing. They are not convinced, but they are just pretending to ignore you while they continued on with their conversation.
As we're leaving, Sammy's gonna notice that Blank is not with them and turn around and give Blank a withering stare.
Just giving you the mom look, Blank.
Oh, I'm trying to find like the perfect gift, which I know exists out there. Man, I can't seem to find the damn thing. But yeah. Blank is doing that thing like only his eyes are moving and he's looking at you, looking back at them very rapidly, trying to decide what to do.
So do you leave with them, Blank, or do you try to stay?
I'm trying to stay, unless Blank, anyone else wants, some of your rebels wants to do anything else.
For Blank because I don't want to piss these people off anymore because I really want to help take this general bitch down.
Blank is going to very quickly get off the pedestal and sprint towards the door. What? Hang on. Athletics. Here we go. Blank trips. Yeah. Blank gets off the pedestal and just trips. And then just kind of
Sammy will begrudgingly walk back and pick him up.
Can you pick up Blank? Like, I know he's the smallest member of the party, but you're not that much bigger yourself.
Let's see. How much do you weigh?
Hold on. I actually put that on my character sheet. Hold on. Canonically, 56 pounds.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna struggle to try and help you up because I'm only 40 pounds.
Yeah. Blank gets back up, and then we just kind of we four-legged race out of there. Yeah, it's like a two-legged race, but your legs aren't tied together.
Are you guys headed back to Ivan's, or is there anything else you wish to do?
Sammy wants to go back to Ivan's. But on the way back, she's doing this number silently to herself.
All right. If you're just all heading back to Ivan's, I say that we pick this up again next week because we're currently down 2 players. And we don't want to get too far ahead of them.
I'm happy with that.
That works.
All right.